here to save you from me is Parker Bundy to give us our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Do not forget to go stop by those guys. Stop by Arrowhead Nutrition. Tell them we sent you. Say hi. Tell Jared hi. He's a fantastic friend. And we are so grateful for everything that they do, especially sponsoring our Kansas Athlete Spotlight. Without further ado, Parker, take it away, bud.
How's it going, guys? Parker here with Tree City Sports, back again, here to give you your Arrowhead Nutrition Spotlight Athletes of the Week. Again, thanks to Jared at Arrowhead Nutrition. His support means the world to us here at Tree City, and we couldn't do it without you, Jared. So again, thank you, and let's get right into our first Athlete Spotlight of the Week. So our first Spotlight of the Week is Coach Frank Anderson, the pitching coach at the University of Tennessee. He was a former head coach at Emporia State in Kansas and Emporia. He won the national title with Tennessee this past Monday, and what a incredible run for the Volunteers, just proving that the number one team can go in there and win. And he was a vital part of that coaching staff, settling down the pitching staff when they needed it in the biggest moments, helped slow down the pitcher's heart rate and keep them in the game at all times. Coach Anderson was on the coaching staff actually during the Hornets NAIA World Series run before they made the move to Division II. That was in 1984. And honestly, Coach Anderson is just probably one of the best, if not the best, pitching coach in the nation. So, again, congratulations, Coach Anderson. Great accomplishment there. And thanks for showing us again that the Kansas guys can come out and take whatever we want in the baseball world, especially a College World Series if we want it enough. So congratulations, Coach Anderson. Next, kind of branching off Coach Anderson, is Dylan Dreiling, of course, the College World Series most valuable player out of Hays, Kansas. What a College World Series for Dylan and the whole Volunteer team, honestly. Dylan ended up hitting 3 bombs, and he hit 1 in every game of the College World Series finals. Each game, Dylan came in clutch for the Vols. He was a vital part to that championship run. And honestly, Dylan really proved that any kid can come out of anywhere in Kansas and ball out on the biggest stage, which was really cool to see. Congratulations, Dylan, man. That is one hell of an accomplishment to win MVP at the College World Series in Omaha. Only a few get to say they did that, and for Dylan to be on that short list, that's a great accomplishment. So congratulations, Dylan and the Volunteers. Hell of a way to go out on the season, and congrats. Next, we have Garrett Pennington out of Lenexa. Garrett is a infielder who played in the College World Series for North Carolina State. He was their first baseman, third baseman a little bit, but he was a vital part of that lineup. He ended up actually transferring he started at UCM, which is Central Missouri, a Division II school. He played his first 2 years there and ended up transferring actually to Wichita State for his junior season. And then after a coaching change last season at Wichita State, he ended up transferring to an ACC foe in NC State, and it paid off, man. He made it to the College World Series, made it to Omaha, got to make his dreams come true. Didn't win it, but congratulations to Garrett, man. Heck of a season there in NC State. And again, thanks for showing us that the Kansas guys can come up and ball out in Omaha if we want to. So good job, Garrett. Next is Jake Titus out of Ottawa. He is a right-handed pitcher for Kentucky. Coming out of high school, he was ranked the number 9 player in the state of Kansas. And in addition to pitching, Titus played third base and first base to help Ottawa High School to a regional title in 2022. Titus got to make it to the College World Series as well as the other 2 guys and play with the Kentucky Wildcats. What a fun team to be on. I mean, the coach there, the players there, everybody loves it at Kentucky baseball. And I can understand why. The culture they built there is one of the great ones in the SEC now, and Jake probably has had one of the greatest times ever of his life playing baseball this year. So congratulations, Jake. What an accomplishment to make it to the SEC and then make it to the College World Series. Like, these guys are studs, and they're proving it on the biggest platforms in the world, especially in Omaha at the College World Series. So, again, congratulations to those three players coming out of Kansas, making it to the College World Series this season. And, again, thanks for showing us guys that are trying to make it there that it's possible. Next, we have Carly Ford out of Eisenhower High School. Carly is a softball player for Eisenhower. She is committed to Iowa State in the fall this season, and she actually slashed .470, .535 with 94 hits, 23 homers, 68 RBIs, and 97 runs scored. Her accolades included in 2024 this past season, she was a first-team All-State player in 5A, first-team All-League catcher, and All-League player of the year in softball, and third place at 5A state powerlifting. So great performance there. And travel ball this season, she made an alternate on the USA 18U national women's team and was selected a top performer. Last year in 2023, she was again a first-team All-State catcher, first-team All-League catcher, second place in the 5A state title, and fourth place in state powerlifting. Just overall, great high school career for Carly. I'm sure she's going to ball out at Iowa State, and hopefully we can have a lot more athletes join her in Division I and the Big 12 from Kansas, because the athletes here really do have something to prove. They really do have a lot of talent here in Kansas, and Carly's showing that and putting it forth. So congratulations, Carly, on your great season at Eisenhower, and good luck at Iowa State. Next is Brett Meyer out of Fort Hays State. Brett actually got to run in the Olympic qualifier for the 1500. It's broken up into 3 rounds at the Olympic trials. Meyer advanced through the first round of competition on Friday evening by posting the 7th fastest time. He ran a 3:36, only 0.3 of a second off his personal best, and clocked less than 2 weeks earlier in preparation of the trials. His personal best was 3:36.40, so 3:36.70, 3:36.40, great times there, man. He finished 20th overall on Saturday with a time of 3:39.38. The top 5 in each heat from Saturday's semifinals, plus the top 2 times aside from the top 5 of each heat, moved on to Monday's final. Meyer ran a sub 3.4 time in the last of his 10 1,500-meter races going back to 2023. A few years ago, Meyer broke a 53-year-old record on February 13th, 2021 by running the fastest ever indoor mile on Kansas soil with a time of 3:58.59 at the Ichabod Invitational in Topeka, Kansas, on the campus of Washburn University. It was only the second sub-4 indoor mile ever run in Kansas, as it tops former U.S. Olympian and University of Kansas grad Jim Ryan's time of 3:58 on March 4th. The old dirt track that used to encircle the basketball court inside of Allen Fieldhouse at the University of Kansas is where he ran this in 1967. Great accomplishment there to break a lasting record of over 50 years, man. That's just crazy to think about, and I just wanted to say congratulations to Brett, and that's a fast dude, I will say. So congratulations, Brett. Even being in an Olympic qualifier is awesome. So I just want to say thank you for, again, proving that athletes in Kansas can get it done. So thank you, Brett, and good luck with your future endeavors. All right, now that we've made it through our Kansas athlete spotlights of the week, I want to kind of get into a little bit of coaching news in college baseball. So I don't know if you guys have heard what's going around or what just happened after the national championship, but pretty crazy news coming out of College Station after the College World Series final. A&M was actually 1 win away from a national title. They won the first game of the best 2 out of 3 series and were 1 victory away from winning a national title and hosting the trophy, bringing it back to College Station. But Tennessee, as we know, ended up winning the next 2 games and winning the series. But that's not the most important news, I think, that's come out lately. I think we need to go straight into Coach Schlossnagle at Texas A&M months, maybe even weeks. We don't know how long he was talking to Chris Del Conte at Texas about taking that job opening, firing Josh Pierce, and hiring Jim Schlossnagle the day after they lose the national championship. Not just Schlossnagle, the whole entire coaching staff was grabbed from Texas A&M the day after they lost the national championship. Can you believe that? The day after losing a national championship, your whole entire coaching staff is gone. Anybody that wasn't a senior is transferring, and now you have nobody. You have no coaches, no players. You have to basically start from square one, building your SEC program back to where it just was in a national championship. So, just crazy stuff coming out of there. What A&M will do next with their coaching opening, I don't know. Probably going to be a great coach to take that spot. Couldn't imagine anything less, but just crazy news that Texas was maybe talking to Schlossnagle before the national championship game, which is freaking insane that a coach would even fathom speaking to another program while his program is on the line of a national championship. That just blows my mind. As a guy that wants to go into coaching myself, that's just bamboozling to me. Like, if you are fighting for what the ultimate prize is at the end of the season, and you're worried about where you're going to go next and what your paycheck's going to be at the coaching job, man, you don't deserve to be leading players around and trying to teach them baseball when all you're worried about is the money that's involved. Like, as a player, that really just rubbed me the wrong way. A bunch of news has came out the past couple hours, past couple days. The 9-hole hitter for Texas A&M, actually, their center fielder, came out and spoke about how Coach Schlossnagle never really respected him as a man, never really respected him as a player, and overall he kind of stuck to A&M just because he wanted to be in the SEC and he liked the assistant coaches. So if your players are coming out and saying that about you after you leave, obviously you weren't a great guy, you weren't a great coach if you're not showing your players respect that you recruited to come play for you and you have starting on the field. If you can't even show them respect, how do you expect anybody to show you respect? I mean, it's just a back and forth kind of thing there. And even Schlossnagle, after the national championship, having the nerve to tell a reporter that he's selfish for asking the question about the Texas job opening, that Schlossnagle then took 18 hours to the exact moment later. So, kind of a scumbag in Jim Schlossnagle overall, I think. Dude just seems pretty sketch to me, and I don't think I would want to play for him anytime soon if I was any player for any program. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's his decision to take the job at Texas and move on from A&M. But, again, I just think, man, I feel bad for those Aggies fans. I feel bad for the players, most of all. Like, those dudes were giving it all on the field just to have their coach talking to another program about leaving. So, honestly, shout out to the A&M Aggies. That can be our last Arrowhead Athlete Spotlight shout out of the week. I mean, shout out to those Aggies players for putting it all on the line and making it to a national championship, even when their coach wasn't there for them. So I just want to say congratulations to the Aggies on a great season. It doesn't take away from what those guys did this season, making it all the way to the Natty, almost winning the Natty, but it does take a little bit away from, you know, the program as a whole. Like, you know, having a coach do that, you know, takes away from the accomplishments, of course, but it's not about the coach at the end of the day. It's about the players. It's about who puts on the show on the field, and those guys did it. So congratulations, A&M. Again, congratulations, Tennessee, for winning the national championship. And everybody here at Tree City Sports can agree, F Jim Schlossnagle.
Thank you so much for that, Parker. We are so glad to have you join us once again. It is such a treat every time you join the show. Thank you so much for giving us our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Again, stop by there, say hi, tell them we sent you. Tell them you heard it on Tree City Sports. It's a wonderful place. All of their products are amazing. So just go check them out and see for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Man, what an exciting show again today. This is a lot of fun for me, and I know it's a lot of fun for Parker. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. Every single episode is a blessing, and we are so glad to be able to bring you all of these wonderful stories about the Big 12 and also to put our spotlight on these wonderful athletes from Kansas. And we cannot wait to see what the future of athletics in Kansas holds. I mean, the sports in Kansas future looks so bright. We have so many wonderful young athletes coming out of Kansas, and they're moving on to Division I sports and making a real impact. And it is wonderful to see. So we are extremely excited to see what the future of sports in Kansas has for all of us, especially us here at Tree City Sports. And lastly, I want to give the biggest shout out in the world to Arrowhead Nutrition for sponsoring our Kansas Athlete Spotlight. It's so wonderful to be able to bring our spotlight to all of these wonderful athletes from Kansas. And we thank you guys so much for the support in this. And all of the nominations you guys give us are absolutely amazing. And we are so thankful for each and every one of them. And we will do our best to cover every single kid that you nominate for our Kansas Athlete Spotlight, no matter what sport they're in. We're here to share their story and put our spotlight on all wonderful Kansas athletes. I guess it's time to let you go, but until next time, y'all take care now.